September. Now I'm actually filming in some daylight today, but yes, I've opened 2 calendars already, so if you were just watching then you'd have seen me open one Harry Potter calendar, and we got a little Hermione Granger, a topless Hermione, which I thought was rather odd. I'm hoping she's going to get some clothes, and she looks like she's got like deer, do you know, like a reindeer legs, but I think maybe they're brown trousers and black shoes. And I've already opened my calendar that I made myself, and as you may guess, it's something for one of my Blythe dolls today. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you know, remember this Ron Weasley you've been seeing every day? I'm going to take that Harry jumper off. Because he's got his pyjamas on anyway. At least he came clothed, didn't he? And we're going to put the Harry jumper on Hermione, just so she's not topless. She looks rather sweet in that little woolly jumper, doesn't she? Bless her. So yeah, I'll pop her down there and I'll do a bit of filming at the end so you can see her up close. So I need to open the other Harry Potter advent calendar and the other Barbie calendar. So what I'll do is I'll open this one first. Day number 9 is here, and it's actually earrings. So I wonder if we're going to be getting her out of this outfit now. Actually, you haven't seen her head in a while, have you? There's one. So put the other one in. There's 2. So yeah, she's looking good, isn't she? Shall I pop her there a moment? Right, what should we open next? Excuse me, I need to get a tissue. I haven't got any Christmas tissues this year, so maybe I need to get some, because normally I'm forever wiping my nose during these videos. Do you think I've not been as bad actually since I've been filming in here? Maybe it's when I'm in my craft room, there was a lot of dust and things, maybe that was getting to me. So I'm going to open the Harry Potter calendar next. I must admit, I would do a lot more with this. I'd decorate more and do things, but because I have to keep picking it up every day, it's just going to ruin it. So when this is all done, everything is out of here, I'll be able to use this for things. It feels plastic. I think I've got to turn it towards me so I can get it out. It's got a thing so he can hold it. I'll get Harry. He's got a bit too much to hold at the moment, hasn't he? I'll take Hedwig off. It would work better, maybe in his right hand. Yeah, unfortunately, the wand has got to come off. Yeah, he looks like he's reading from it now. He probably could have Hedwig back, actually. My parents have been here this morning. Mum came to collect her parcel from Hobbycraft. She said one of the things is missing, so she needs to chase that up. And she'd ordered some Sizzix dies, so we've had a play cutting bits of paper out and things. Yeah, it was a really lovely die actually. So has Harry got pockets? He hasn't. I was going to put his wand in his pocket. Do you know what I'll do? I don't have pockets in my tennis shorts. Well, in my shorts that aren't for tennis, but I wear them to tennis. And I just stuff tennis balls down the sides. Just stuck it in there. My mum said she didn't like Harry Potter because she came in here and she looked, and then I said, oh, look down there. She said, I don't like Harry Potter. But I suppose it's not for everybody, is it? I've read all the books and everything, and then watched the films and things, so yeah, I'm really into it. Right, and then I'll show you the deer. Now this is another deer that I got from the Flying Tiger. I'll try and get this plastic off. I needed scissors to get that off. Now this is the other deer for my Blythe doll, for my Deer Forest deer doll, and I've got her down here with the other deer. Right, I have popped her down there, so I will film her so you can see her. Oh, anyway, wooden men. I have done a little bit of maths working out the wooden men, and I worked out if I was able to get each wooden man at £6 for the others that I'd need, it would come to like £84 £80, was it, or 86, something like that. It's 80 something pound anyway. And I thought, you know, I don't really want to spend that. If I did do it, I'd probably have to go and put them down in the garden room or something and film them or photograph them down there. I don't think I'd have all the wooden men in here. So yeah, I'm probably going to be undressing some wooden men. And actually, I've got another wooden man left, haven't I? I'll go and get one. Right, I have a wooden man and I have a jumper. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to undress wooden man number 1 and put him in number 10. So that's not so bad, is it? Yes, I don't mind this actually. There we go. Now this one was golden nugget was the contrast, and peat. It's basically a black colour, but they called it peat. This it's basically, I've knitted all of these in the Rowan Norwegian yarn. There's no other yarns, I use the same throughout. So lovely. So right, I am going to show you, I think I've done everything in the calendars, haven't I? I think so. Yeah, so now I'm going to show you my knitting, and then I'm going to show you some previous makes, and then I'll send you over to some footage to end the video. So last night we got the next part of the knitted stocking, Arnie and Carlos's free pattern for a knitted stocking, where we've been getting 6 rows a day. So we were given the toe to knit before Advent, then we've been given 6 rows a day, which I've been keeping up with, but last night was slightly different because it was half of a heel. Now many times when they do their stockings, they do an afterthought heel because that's how they do it, but they thought they didn't want people spending Christmas Eve working on a heel, so they decided to put in the heel as we go, which I can totally understand. So I was a little bit worried about it because I didn't know, I don't think I'd knitted something of theirs with short rows. I didn't know how they would describe it, but because I've done it before, yeah, I was really okay with it. I'll show you some of the Christmas socks I've knitted, but basically what I did, and I'm so glad I did this, when you're doing short rows, you kind of knit along and then you don't knit the last stitch, and then you turn your work around, you slip your first stitch, you purl all the way across until you get to the last, there's 1 stitch left on the amount that you're meant to be doing it on, and you leave that, turn your work, then you slip your first stitch, knit across, and you keep doing that until you've only got so many left in the middle. Now it's pretty obvious which one you should leave, because obviously it's, as you get further along, it's a bit of a grey area, but you can normally see there's a bigger gap. But you could go wrong. You could end up thinking, oh, this is the last one, and it's not, if you're not used to it. So I did this when I first did it, and just to be sure, every time I left a stitch behind, I clipped a stitch marker into the stitch, just so I'd remember. And then I thought, if anything drops off the needles or anything, it will be saved. And as it happens, my work on the left at the time, a lot of my stitches dropped off my needle, because you've got 4 needles going around and you're only working on 2 needles, and a lot of mine dropped off, but it was all saved because I put stitch markers on. Anyway, I'll show you what I've got. Now I decided to cut the red and white yarn off so it didn't get too tangled. Now here is the first half of my heel. Oh, my needle. So that's the stocking so far, and yes, and this is the first part. So later on today we're going to be knitting the second part, and then the other days we'll be doing 6 rows a day. But if you look, I've got stitch markers on every stitch I left behind, and when my work dropped off, I didn't lose all my stitches because those stitch markers held it. So Arnie and Carlos don't tell you to do this. However, I think it's a really good idea if you're not used to this technique, and if obviously you have the worst can happen and some stitches drop off, as it did happen to me, and I have done this before, then your work is saved. So obviously there's no stitch markers on these ones right at the end either side, because those stitches, they were never left behind. It's only the stitches that got left behind I put a stitch marker on. So I hope that's a handy little tip if you're a bit more of a beginner with that technique. So yeah, I'm really excited actually. I'm really happy that it went well, and I'm looking forward to knitting the other half. However, I did say to my husband, please can you not distract me, because I really need to keep my wits about me while I knit this. This is probably the hardest bit of the stocking, and I hadn't even finished the first row and he was trying to show me something. So, and then I was like looking at him and he, oh yes, I wasn't meant to disturb you, was I? But it's okay. I did get disturbed many times, but luckily I was okay. I got through it in the end. And as you know, I have finished Mini Nordic Jumper number 24. Now I haven't cast on another project yet. I have got some water wind, but I'm going to do that when I know my husband is out of the way for a while. While he's around, I don't really want to get this all set up in the kitchen and things. Now, I may be able to do a bit of filming of me doing a bit of wall winding if, you know, I've got the place to myself. But anyway, I decided to pick up another project that you know I've got cast on, and it's the other stocking. And I've done more work on it, so now you can probably see, I can't remember, maybe it was a bit further down here when you last saw it, but now a flower is forming. So I'm past the halfway point of the flower. Now with this one, when this flower is finished, there's a teensy bit of green and then it's the heel. But this heel is an afterthought heel. So you have to put some waste yarn in some areas and then carry on. So I'll have a really long sock, and then at the end I have to cut, and then I'll have to knit the heel. So what I'm going to do that in this Stitchmas. So I've got the one where I'm doing the heel, and the other one I'm going to do the afterthought heel. So that is my knitting progress. Now I am going to keep the sewers and the crocheters happy, I have bought a crochet project and a sewn project with a bit of hand embroidery, things I've made over the years. Now, unfortunately, the crochet project, I can't share a pattern because how I made these, I've had them for quite a few years now. I went into my local Hobbycraft, I saw them, and I took a photograph of them, loved them, and copied them basically. So I just made it up as I went along. Because I've only got buttons on one of them. So this is the one. So it's pretty simple. I would have started off with, I can't remember how many I started off with, but I just obviously tinkered around until I got it right. And yeah, and that's the kind of thing where I was just working back and forth here, and then I was picking up stitches and things then when I got round here, from what I remember. But yeah, so that's the one, and this is the contrast, so it's basically the opposite. So the cuff is green on this one, then we've got red and white stripes instead of red and green, and we've got a different colour heel and toe. But yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? And I was so pleased with these because up until this point I'd made lots of fabric stockings, I'd made miniature, you know, crochet and knitted ones and things, but these were my first yarn large stockings, and they're really lovely, and they're a lot simpler than what I am knitting. These are a lot simpler, they're a lot easier to make, you know, so crochet overall is easier than knitting, isn't it, I suppose. But yeah, but I love knitting, so yeah, I'm not ever going to complain about knitting because I love it. So there we go, I'll put those somewhere, I don't know where. So next I'm going to show you a sewn project. Now this is something I've had for many years as well. Now this is a square cushion with rickrack on it, and it's got a hand stitched embroidery. It's red work basically, and I hand stitched this, and it is a pattern by Mandy Shaw. So you may remember it, you've probably seen it every Christmas. But here we go. So it's just got like an envelope back. It's got a gusset going all the way around to make it like a square. Well, not. Well, it's square that way, but you know what I'm saying? It's more 3D. And yeah, and that's the embroidery. So we've got a gingerbread man, a snowman, somebody in their pyjamas. Is she a queen? Or princess? And we've got holly leaves and a snowflake in the middle. Yeah, and I was really, really very proud of that when I made it at the time. I don't think I got this circle perfectly centred, but I'm not sure if it's because of the spots that make it look a bit off. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I don't know how much of these things I'm going to be leaving out, because yeah, I haven't got many places to decorate this year. But yeah, I'm hoping in future Vlogmases, they're going to be a lot nicer. They just seem to be getting worse and worse each year because of the house and things. I've got smaller and smaller space to work in, but never mind, maybe, you know, in the future it should get better. And oh, I've had a doll delivered today. Now she's come all the way from China and she was only £10, and I was expecting her to be naked, but they did put a little pair of shoes and a dress, and she's really lovely. When she lies down she closes her eyes. Now the reason I wanted her, I didn't mention this in this Vlogmas, she's a 1/3 scale. Now if you don't understand this dolly language, 1/3 scale means 1/3 of a human. So if you take a human size, divided them into 3, she's 1/3 of a human size. So Barbie is 1/6 scale, so 1/6 of a human. Divide a human into 6 and Barbie's one of those, you know what I'm saying? And you have 12 scale. Well, this doll is 1/3 scale. And yeah, so I really wanted a doll of that size, and I have got some plans for some dressmaking.
Sorry.
It's okay, you're going home. Sorry about that. My eldest son came to the door and he said his girlfriend is here. He's opened the door and she's not here, so he's trying to call us. I said don't worry, because he's in the middle of a game online. So don't worry, I'll let her in. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna finish this video up now. And oh, she's here. Hang on, bear with me. Right, yeah, it's rather funny, isn't it, filming in my porch? So anyway, it's 16 days till Christmas. Gosh, we haven't got long left, have we? Anyway, I'm going to go. So later on this evening, I will be watching Arnie and Carlos. I'm going to be knitting the other part of the heel, if all goes to plan. Maybe I'll get to do a bit more reading. Oh, someone's putting something through the door. Oh, it's not for me. It's my husband's. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? So anyway, yes, it's crazy. It's a Saturday, so you know, all my boys are here. My 3 boys, my husband who's watching football, my son's girlfriend. Yes, it's rather crazy. So yes, so anyway, I will leave you with some footage. Yeah, as I was saying, sorry. I am going to be doing some knitting this evening, watching Arnie and Carlos, spending time with my family, having a Chinese. And yeah, so anyway, I'll leave you with some footage and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh. mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho. We're feeling jolly